Greetings, everyone. Thanks again for coming on to this wonderful session that we have. Again, we're just a conversation. We have the lovely guests. I don't remember the titles, but guess what? This is Dwayne Sibilis, Peter McClockins. Kind of get you right, and Carnell Anderson. You see that we just blessed out here, and then we have the the recluse of the group. He just came back after some months of some fighting a battle, but I see that he overcome it. He seemed to be going a little bit. This is the wonderful, the you know him if you ever watch this podcast. This is Minister Aman. Donovan Aman. Let's get it right.
You just gonna call me hating or something?
Man, it's been so long that sometimes it's like it comes and goes. It comes and goes. Hopefully, you could like actually show up every other episode. But guess what? We have tonight we have this wonderful topic that we came up with. It was, how do you as men not let the priorities of life overwhelm you? So in other words, what I mean by that is like, let's say you have some issues with family, your issues with finances, just or health, whatever it may be. How do you not let those situations when they're hitting you get the best of you and stay grounded?
I'll take the first on that question. Sometimes some people put their priorities aside, the main priorities aside, but to deal with like family issues and stuff like that, we just have to just take it one step at a time. Continue, as we all know, we gotta pray and just take that into any form of conversation.
So prayer is how you get through it.
Pray.
Respect. And yourself?
Well, for me, for like say for instance, issue going on like that. I just like I talk about it. Sometimes I don't really like. I talk about it sometimes. Sometimes I kind of like play it through my head and try to like figure out how the best and proper way to deal with it. Like my family home, most stuff that I go through, God bless me with a beautiful family, a loving family where we can actually like discuss stuff together. So my thing is to like play this stuff in your head before you make a drastic move, because you might make a move and you might be sorry about it. So I think you should like just think about whatever how best you can deal with the situation, whatever you're facing with your family, and work it out in your head. And as Deacon said, as we are a child of God, we have to make God be the number one center of everything we do. Yeah.
So in other words, him pray,
Yeah.
you meditate on it and actually talk about it with your people and before you just make your move.
Yeah, if it's open case, something like when it going on right at the moment, you can actually like go to your family with it and talk, because you might go and make the wrong things. So the best thing to do is like really think about it in your head first before you actually like get your family together to discuss it. You understand? And the best way to do that is to communicate with God, because we serve in a mighty God who can take us through whatever situation we're going through.
And sometimes you can't tell your family everything.
Everything, yeah.
They'll overreact.
They overreact, yeah.
They'll just get to the point where, they'll lose their whole mind frame with what you think about doing. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it. So let me give you an example. So may I give you I'm sorry. I need to hear from you, but I want to give you an example first, all right? All right, so it's like this. God said, I want you to pack your things
Yeah.
and go to New York.
You see what I'm saying?
So how do you deal with that right there? It's like
How do you
it's
prioritize
like
that?
you're telling your family that you're picking everything. We're leaving the situation here and going to New York because God said He has something in store for me here.
And they might freak out. So you just pack the bags, and one day you tell them what they ask you why everything is packed, and you just say we moving to New York, just like that.
Yeah, but I mean, a situation like that is like depends on the type of family, and the balance of the family, because the thing is, if you got a family that both of you is a Christian, it not gonna be that hard like if you got a family where I'm a Christian and my wife is not, or my wife is a Christian and I'm not. Most of the time that's where confusion and a lot of stuff will come in. But if you have a family who like really into God, like really serving the mighty God and saying God, and if God speak to me about a situation, hey, you gotta go to New York to do the kingdom work.
Yeah, they'll understand.
They will understand, but the situation is when is not a family that going the same way. That's where most of the
if
problem.
They're divided.
It's a
There's definitely
division right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with me, I don't think what Deacon is saying is right. But sometimes when God speak to you as the man and say that I for instance, as where Matthew said that I want you to leave everything and go to New York because I have something there. Sometimes your family will be a Christian, but sometimes when they look at that, hey, they're leaving the house here, they're leaving their job.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, I know it's hard, but
But that's where compromise
I
comes
know
in.
it's hard,
Yeah.
but God don't just push something on you like that.
No.
Yeah.
You understand? We have to understand. God don't. That's why I said, if you got a home where you have a Christian home where both of you know the God you're serving.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm.
Right there, God. I don't think God gonna just pick up one person out of a relationship and said, "Hey, you have to move."
No. It's true because what you're saying is He's gonna give confirmation.
He gonna give confirmation.
to the,
Yeah.
to the,
The-
rest
where
of
the
the
problem
members.
is when you have when both of you not going the same way.
It's true.
You understand? Because that's where the enemy gonna have a loophole to come in.
Yeah.
You understand?
That's it.
Yeah, and first, if you live in your family or if you live in wherever you're going, you can't just pick up yourself and just go like that. You have to pray, you have to fast about it with your family. That's why I said when it just opened, you have to figure out the right way how you're gonna go and discuss things with your family.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You can't just get things and just run to
Just
your
rush,
family like
no.
that, rush it like that. You
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
think about it
Yeah.
before you actually can go to your family and talk about it.
Yeah.
But if
You
God
understand?
if God tell you to move,
Yeah.
and if your wife knows that you're the head of the house,
Yeah.
and you guys are serving one God, the same God,
Yeah.
why should she question it? Where I'm saying, you know what, should I move? Because at the end of the day, family are priority. Children, wives, they're priority.
But you know what I realized as you say that even as in the church, not everybody is on the same wavelength.
No.
Right.
Even
No.
even some people are on different wavelengths. From you could talk about the head of the church to the babe in the church. Everyone is on a different wavelength.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have a lot of time. It's not everybody like coming to church because to get really like deep in the
Some people are not.
some people are not. So that's where a lot of problem might come in, because you have people come to church sake.
That's it.
They know we're in the gospel.
That's it.
They don't.
yeah.
You understand? So
It's just
so
a norm.
so
That's
so
not
it's
the
just a
norm.
norm. So
That's it.
so if and that's where a lot of relationship where in the church or in the Christianity world where it come a problem, because one person might deep in the word of God,
Yeah.
like very very deep, and another another partner might only come into church just to please that person, to not even to worship God.
That's it.
So that where the confusion gonna come in.
Exactly.
That's where the confusion gonna come in when the Lord asks you to go somewhere. Because that person don't actually like deep in the word or deep into God. That's where we're gonna question the work of God.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So the main thing is to know where your family actually stand with God.
Yeah. And you also got to know, like, for instance,
Yeah.
if I pose that question, if like the Lord told me move to New York and move your family with you, I know my children, they gonna be like, nah, Dad, I don't want to go to New York.
Yeah.
They really don't want to go. My wife, she might reluctantly say, okay, we'll go.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be scared, terrified out of my mind myself. But I have to follow the Lord and go and trust that He's gonna provide a way.
Yeah.
But this is the thing that I'm trying to say. I would have to prepare myself that if my kid says, nah, Dad, I'm not going, then I'm gonna be like, okay, well, have a good life here, because I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let anything stop me from obeying what the Lord tells me to do.
Yeah.
Because I already know if I don't, it's like Jonah. Jonah was told to go to Nineveh.
Yeah.
What happened to him? He got swallowed up by a big fish.
A big old fish.
And he was what he said, he was in Sheol for 3 days and 3 nights.
Yeah. And you might don't. You might ain't get swallowed by a fish or something like that.
You
But
will
the work of God have to go on, and if God said go and you don't go,
Yeah.
something gonna make you go.
He's gonna
Because
fight.
his word have to bring forth.
Yeah.
And if you don't go, man, I don't know.
Yeah, but alright, just saying that, alright, God give you the word and say go. Say that it don't happen the way you think that it would go, because you say, alright, your wife and everybody, relying in the word of God and everybody serving God and stuff like that. Say that God give you the word and you say, honey, kids, we gotta go to New York. You just buy a house, you just buy a car, you know what I mean? Your wife just get a new job.
Rent it out.
No, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And you go into New York where you don't have a house, you don't know nobody, you know what I mean? Or you handle that situation.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta see, and that's the thing, because like the question was as a man, right?
Yeah.
And I believe that we've been taught as men to not wear our emotions on our arm, on our sleeve.
Yeah.
We've been taught to internalize a lot of things. I remember Minister Hayden last week was talking about men fight, men fight, men fight. When is a man not fighting? Even when you getting beat,
Yeah.
even when you don't know how you gonna win,
Yeah.
you still fight. You
Yeah.
still fight. And I think that's how God made us as men, as to where it's like no retreat, no surrender.
No surrender.
We fight.
Yeah.
And I think that's the main. Sometimes we wrong, and we still fighting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
Because
part of
that's
the
what men do.
Yeah, and that's part of
Yeah,
it
you
too.
gotta be strong and fight, You might be not right all the time, but
Yeah.
as a man, you gotta stand up and fight.
And to me, if the Lord is with me, and I know He's fighting with
With me?
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna fight all day with Him.
Yeah.
Because I know I ain't gonna lose.
He just the other day I was working with this guy, and he was talking to me that he get up this morning and he said he's gonna take care of some stuff. You know what I mean? He's gonna go to CVS and he's gonna fill up subscription, and he was gonna go to Walmart and get some grocery. You know what I mean? And he have that set up for the day, and the morning he get up, his wife, say to him, I want you to go to Home Depot, I want you to get that. You know what I mean? And after you leave Home Depot, I want you to go to, like, say, I totally forgot what, but he had his mind set out to do what he was going to do that morning, and his wife, switch up the whole thing, and everything that, he was planned out to do, he didn't get to accomplish it. And he was saying that he was so stressed, because
For what?
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he was talking to me and saying, I know it's my wife, I know that I'm supposed to help her out, I know that I'm supposed to get certain things done.
Yeah.
But how do you do this when you have certain things planned out that that you have to take care of this morning, and then your wife comes up and
We have a special guest on the line. He wants to answer your question.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Minister Hayden.
What's
Minister-
going on, guys?
How are you, man?
Huh?
How
What's
are
up?
you?
What's going on? How's everything?
How is Jamaica, man?
This conversation is awesome, man. It's awesome conversation. I love to hear everybody's chiming in and everything, but as men, when a man has to move, we don't question God. The family doesn't have to go with us. When you think about Abraham, when Abraham got the call from God, he had to move. He had to take everything. Even the animals.
Yeah.
And that's how we should function as men. No matter what God says, if God is saying move, we have to move because we don't want the destruction that's going to come behind us. So, when God say pick up everything, even the fish, the dog, we got to pick it up and go because He know what He's doing and He know what the path He's clearing for us.
That's it.
And I was just hearing everyone speak, and everything that you guys are saying is true. Your family might not agree, but that's why God said, "Man, I call you because you're strong."
Yeah.
We're the stronger link. When we realize that, I understand that, then guess what? We just function, man, and we don't worry about nothing because God is not going to steer us to the wrong direction and steer us the wrong way. He's going to keep us on the right path. And you guys look so awesome up there, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. But there's a question for you, Dwayne. All right.
What's the question?
The question is, let's say God tell you to move, and one of your kids don't want to. How do you handle that? They want to do their own thing.
God said to move, and one of the kids don't want to go.
Yeah.
Because they want to do their own thing. How would you handle that situation as a man of Christ?
Well, it all depends. If the kid is a minor and they live with me, wherever I go, if God said they're going, I'm going to go. Now, if the kid is of age,
No. I think you give him that too easy because if he's a kid, he's on the.
they just have to go.
But that's the same
I
thing
don't-
with
They have to go where I'm going.
But it's your blood, though, regardless if they're older or younger.
No.
For me personally, if you live under my roof, under my responsibility, regardless of their age group,
Yes.
the only person can maybe challenge me in my home if I said I'm gonna go is my wife.
Yeah, that's what I
So
said.
Okay, so for argument's sake, what if PJ was old enough to make his own decision?
well, if he's old enough to make his own decision, then him old enough to provide for him own place for himself. If him old enough to make that decision,
So you would leave?
I leave.
You would leave.
Yeah, because if he old enough to don't wanna come with me, he old enough to
Would-
provide our own place for himself.
Okay, what if hard times come? Would you support him? What if he's like
I will forever support my kids.
So even
No
if he
matter what the
stays-
situation
even
is.
if he stays,
Even if he stay,
because you said he was.
because
if he
remember
was-
the Lord don't tell him to go, he tell me to go.
Yeah, but you said if he was old enough to support himself, but then you would leave. So you found out he's not.
No,
able
but
to
if
support himself.
if he wanna stay, that mean he can take care of himself.
Not necessarily,
Yeah, because why you wouldn't wanna come with me then?
because sometimes.
Because,
children-
listen,
Wait a minute, look at the story of the prodigal son.
Yeah.
The prodigal son got his inheritance, and he thought he could make it on his own.
But that's a different story right there now.
No, not really.
Is the son wanna go
Yeah.
and he take his stuff and leave.
Well, we talking about division and dissension. So we talking about you not doing what your father, which is the Lord, wants you to do.
Yeah.
So the prodigal son was supposed to stay under the house of the father,
After the father.
Yeah.
but he decided he wanted to get the blessings of the father, but
And
not do as what the father
what
wanted him
the
to
father
do.
want him to do.
So it would be the same thing. PJ, he wants to get the blessings, but
Yeah.
he doesn't want
He
to
don't wanna go. What?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's staying. He wants to do his own thing.
Yeah.
but he still wants you to support him and bless him.
Yeah, I will give him a blessing. I'm not gonna I wouldn't take my blessing away from my kids. You understand?
Understood.
But I get a direct order from God. You gotta realize we have a higher calling on our life. We listen to God. So if He said we should pack our stuff and go, we go. And if He don't wanna come, you understand? It's not like you're gonna leave him stranded or nothing like that.
Well, let me ask you this, because the way this conversation seems like it's going to me.
Yeah.
Say for instance, you was a pastor of a church.
Yeah.
And one of your sons or daughters in the church, one of your members of the church,
Yeah.
was saying, I don't feel like I want to go where you going. I don't feel like if you say I'm gonna ordain you to be a this or that, and they were saying, I don't want to go that route, but I want to stay a part of your congregation, and I just want to hold, my current title, but I don't want to go higher. I don't want to go elevate anymore. I don't want to go where you're going. If you're going higher, they're supposed to go higher with you. But they're like, I don't want to push. I'm satisfied at being where I am. Do you continue to, stay with them? or do you move on to someone else and build somebody else to fill that position? Do you let them go, or do you keep
depends
helping them?
depends on if depends on and the, like you said, for instance, I'm a pastor and I wanna elevate deacon, like take him a bit higher. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
It's all depends on if it's the Lord open the way for you to do it,
Well,
to take him higher.
Yeah, say he's telling you take
To-
Deacon Garnell higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Deacon Garnell is saying, I don't want to go higher, I want to stay right here.
Yeah, but if you the thing is, if you come, because you can't force him to do it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, do you still say, come on, and do you still give him responsibility, and do you still say, hey, we're gonna push you higher, even though you know he doesn't want to be, or do you look at somebody else that you might see, Brother Courtney, he's an usher, and you be like,
No, you can't do that.
You can't?
You can't do that if it's not the Lord direct the position from this person.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just put it on somebody because this person don't take it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You understand?
Because the way I see it is,
Yeah.
it's kind of like the children of Israel. They were supposed to be brought in unto the word of God,
Yeah.
but then because they refused it, the Lord had to give it to the Gentiles.
Yeah,
and he had to put the Gentiles in their place.
But you have to understand the
see
work
what
of the
them
Lord.
to
Have
jealousy.
to, the work of the Lord have to go on. You know.
Yeah.
Right, but I see
Definitely.
what.
And
see what-
if I don't want to do it, if the Lord appointed me to do the work, all right. Say for instance, then as a deacon in this ministry, this beautiful ministry that I love, I love my pastor, and whatever, and he always said, "Hey, you are the head deacon, and you need to step it up." And I never really like back away from it, but I never run to it. You understand? But now I see God has been so good to me. You understand? I just can't run away from it anymore. You understand? So I have to step up now and do what I supposed to do in the ministry, and work with my pastor to get the men's together, the deacon together, as best as God lead me to do it.
Yeah.
You understand? So saying this to saying that if God wanna elevate you, and even if you stay away from it for a certain amount of time, if it is your calling, regardless of the circumstances, as you mentioned, Jonah, you have to do his work.
That's true.
But
It might take you might don't do it the same time, but you have to do. And if you don't, and if you wanna be disobedient, that's where the problem gonna come in your life. You understand? And then that's when it gonna direct from you to somebody else.
well, okay, what I get from what Minister was saying to you is,
Yeah.
what if God wants to take someone that actually what he's saying is God tell you that he wants you to take him higher,
Yeah.
right? But you see,
But I
you
can't
kinda-
take. I'm by myself. Can't take him higher.
No, you cannot.
No,
you cannot.
I
However-
just get the vision. I
Right.
just get it to.
However-
I'm the leader. As the coverage, as you would said, I'm just the coverage for him, and
But-
God speak to me to get to him.
But however, he has to want it also to get higher. So if you see Courtney out there who wants it, right? What would you do? Because if he's not showing
You-
the interest,
No, but if God not showing Courtney,
No, but we didn't say that.
we didn't
Yeah.
say that.
We didn't say that God
Yeah.
wasn't showing Courtney.
Yeah.
Say for instance, like he's saying, Courtney is hungering and desiring, to go higher.
Just like being baptizing with the Holy Ghost, you have to
yeah,
want
but
it.
yeah, but wanted to do something doesn't mean that if you get it, you're gonna run with it.
No,
because
it's
you can get
And
get
lose it.
something. You can get something to do with your what you thought you could do or think you could do it, and when you get it, you find out that's not your calling.
No, you're right. But what I'm saying is sometimes.
So it's not your is in God work is not. I don't think it's in my interest to take something that should give to carnal by myself without the Spirit of the Lord or without Jesus, without the Spirit of the Lord speak to me and put it on somebody else. I don't think so.
Well, I mean,
Not unless the
No, he's
Lord.
not saying that.
No, I know he's not saying
he's
that.
Not saying that. He's saying that if you're pushing him and
Yeah.
he's not receptive to receive it,
Yeah.
and someone else is there that wants it,
But it's
Would
not
you-
a
Yeah, but
one
you
thing.
think
That's
what-
what you
yeah.
think. What I'm
You
saying.
see-
It's not a one thing.
Yeah.
It's a direct order you're
Yeah.
getting from
Yeah.
God.
Yes.
The one that Deacon Sibless is talking about
Yeah.
is the want of somebody else that's made he may be overlooked. Like say for instance, Brother Courtney was an usher.
Yeah.
And he not even aspiring to be a deacon or he
Yeah.
not even aspiring to be a pastor or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he always come into service.
Yes.
He always praying for people. He always doing this. He always doing that. And then you look at him and you looking like, wait a minute, I'm trying to get Deacon Carnell to do this.
Yeah.
But Brother Courtney is willingly doing this. Do you change your mind frame and your efforts and say,
I'm not gonna. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna put him in the same position as I would, let's say, Deacon Carnell, because that might not be his calling.
well, no,
It's
yeah,
a different. I'm understand what you. I'm understanding
So
what you're
here's what-
saying. I'm understanding what he's saying now because this don't sound like you're getting it directly from the Lord to like say you start it and you picking person to do stuff in the church or whatever like that, and you think that Cornell would fit the position, and you try to get him to do it and he refusing it. You understand? And you see Deacon Sibless come into Sunday school, come into prayer meetings,
So-
come into day service,
There was
take up a lot of things, and you see where it can go to him.
So here's
to do
what
it.
I would have
You
done.
can't
in
do that.
situation. Yeah, I
You
understand.
can't do that.
that's basically what we were basically asking.
Yeah, that you can do.
So here's what I would
Yeah.
have done in that situation. So Carnell knows knows how this thing in the doctrine work, and I see a younger person who's
Yeah.
yearning and wanting
Yeah.
more.
Mhm.
Yes, he might not want that position,
Yeah.
but I'll use him to train somebody who is able to take on that
Well,
position.
yeah, that's another
Now,
way.
Yeah, yeah.
That's exactly so
Yeah.
because it's like he might not want to do it, but
Mhm.
he'll show somebody else how it's done.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
for personal experience, at times I just felt like I shouldn't be in the sound room, but I got somebody, your son,
Yeah.
and at first Dwayne wasn't. He's not here right now, but we see you in spirit, man. I know that you're watching also, but he wasn't originally. He was against it, but we were able to. God was able to work in our favor that allowed PJ to take up his the position in the sound room, and he's doing it very effectively. So that's the same thing. It's like he might not want that position because
Okay.
he can't mentally handle
Handle
all
it.
that right now.
But wait a
Yeah.
minute.
But
But,
at least he's training somebody to incorporate that doctrine. So even when he's not there, he could take up that younger you might have that mindset like, yes, I can handle that.
but how would you
position.
know? How would you know that some of that hesitation or some of that procrastination wouldn't bleed off into that new person you're trying to teach?
But here's the thing. You as a pastor, you still have to watch out for the younger flock.
Definitely.
So at least yes, he's training your one of your shepherds for that position, but you have to also be there to
Be there to
make sure that
check
the
it up
kid
and see that.
is living
Yeah.
that lifestyle. It's like
Yeah.
because it's like you can't just rely on. Yes, you have deacons and so forth, but you have to still be there. You
Yeah.
are the leader, so it's like yes, he might not. He might want to throw on certain aspects of himself onto the kid, but as a pastor, you have to be there, like to get that person in
Yeah,
the
be-
right shape.
Yeah, because I think if say for instance, Cornell training the other guy because he don't take whatever, I think for the pastor, I think Cornell should actually report back to the pastor what's going on, or the pastor should check up on Cornell what's going on with that
Yeah.
person that
Somebody has to
somebody
check up. Yeah.
it can't be just and Cornell and in any other aspect, in any other thing in the church. I think the pastor should know, the leader, the head pastor for the church should know about whatever else going on in the church. I think whatever planning, whatever going on, you should report back to him.
Yeah, well, I mean, because if
Yeah.
if I tell my oldest son to throw out the trash,
Yeah.
and he not throwing out the trash,
Yeah.
and I see him like, okay, you not throwing out the trash. Teach your younger brother to throw out the trash.
Yeah.
I know if I don't teach him to throw out the trash, he's not gonna get thrown out right because he's not throwing out the trash right himself.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is You know, okay, I see the older one not throwing out the trash.
Yeah.
Me, I go personally to the next one in line, and I say, hey, look, man, I'm gonna have you to throw out the trash because the trash is not getting thrown out.
Yeah, but yeah, I know.
And then hopefully, this is my goal, and this is what I'm thinking. Hopefully, the older brother says, wait a minute, man, this man here throwing out the trash, making me look bad. So let me step up my game and do something.
Yeah.
Let me step up my game and throw out the trash. Because this is what I'm saying. This is how I believe that the Jews were provoked to jealousy,
Yeah.
so that the Gentiles could come in.
Yeah.
But it's not so the Jews would be lost. And so the Jews would be like, wait a minute, these Gentile nation, they're coming in.
Yeah.
Let me get back on my game. Let me get back on cue and start coming in.
And as you said that too, back to the same topic where if you're trying to get Peter up and Peter don't want that position, but you see Courtney and you see Courtney desiring that same that position. What happened most of the time is that when time they can train say Courtney up for that position. What happens sometimes is that person Courtney gets so good doing his job, and guess what? Peter want to do it too.
Do you see it?
Yeah,
You see it?
Yeah, because of you're seeing the
That's it.
motivation, you're seeing that effort, you're seeing that that growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think where the church is say because we talking basing on Christianity or whatever
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. But I think if whatever we're doing as a child of God, and whatever position we placed in and whatever thing we should do, I think the first thing we should do is communicate first with God.
Definitely.
Yes.
That's well said. Definitely.
You understand? The first thing we should do is communicate
That's
with
true.
God.
That is very wonderful. And for those who are just tuning in, our topic is as men, how do you not let your priorities of life overwhelm you as a just in your walk with Christ? And we have another guest. His name is Christopher Lewis. Let's
And
hear your
Holy Ghost.
thoughts. You want to pray first?
Give him
All
one.
right.
Give him the greetings and salutations.
You get it right there, brother.
Basically, as a man, we all have priorities, right? But you gotta realize that God comes first. Like they were saying earlier, you gotta
I'm
ask
sorry,
God
I can't
first.
hear you.
I'm saying, as a man, as believers in Christ Jesus, and as the head of your household, all of us have priorities, yes?
Okay.
But we gotta go to Christ first, because the Bible says that a good man's steps are ordered by only Him. So
A
it-
good one, what?
Good man,
a
step.
good man's step is ordered by
I'm sorry. Sometimes it's like his voice get kind of low.
So as I was saying, yeah, most of the time things are not gonna go the way you want. The bills are gonna pile up.
Well, how do you deal with that?
First, I pray.
And
Yeah, but situation can come up on you where you cannot pray though.
No, sir.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Come on, man.
No, it's true. It's
You
true.
no, come on, man.
So
Come
you
on,
know,
Christian.
you
Come
know,
on.
Yeah.
You come on.
Then you're supposed to
Situation will come up on you that you start to pray and not even know the first word to say.
No.
Deacon,
Hold on.
it will be so
Hold on.
intense.
No.
You won't be thinking
Yeah,
that.
civilist.
Let me talk to Christ
No,
first.
serious.
No.
for example,
Listen, civilist. Say that you're at the position right now.
yes.
Now you're about to lose your home. You're about to lose your job,
Right.
and you don't know where your marriage is going right now.
Talk to God.
Huh?
Hello?
So you're telling me?
Yeah, but it's not all the time you're gonna do that.
Come on, be real.
Well,
Man.
As a man,
what?
it's like we're built to like come to think like, all right, what can we do in this situation?
Alright.
Yeah.
So that's the minute.
Sometimes as men you wanna question it.
When
though.
you start going to
What's
God,
going
that's
on?
like you
Sometimes-
giving
what's
up and
going
saying,
on?
yes,
Sometimes men,
God,
we-
you take over. Your first instinct is to try to fix it yourself. So that's why I can kind of agree
So
with
let me
him
ask
when
you
I'm
First,
saying.
as a man,
You never in a position where you cannot pray. where can I really like go like deep into
You
a
can't
prayer?
find the
No,
first
we're not.
word.
I'm not saying where may I go deep in a prayer, but in my head, I'm saying, Lord, fix it.
Yeah, but yeah,
Okay.
you can. Yeah, that. Yeah, you can.
We,
Yeah, because-
Deacon Peter,
yeah,
Deacon Siblings. Me and you, we talked about this on Saturday.
Yeah,
If you don't get prepared, if you don't prepare your heart, if you're not praying without ceasing all the time,
Exactly.
yeah.
it will be hard for you to even utter a prayer.
Utter a prayer.
It'll be hard for you to sit down. Sometimes you sit down and you want to pray, or sometimes you sit down and you want to read the Bible, or you want to praise, and you have somebody just distracting you, just tapping you on your shoulder to where you can't just utter a prayer.
Yeah.
And sometimes just to focus on praying instead of feeling this and feeling this and feeling that, it is hard to do sometimes.
It is,
if your heart is
so
not
that's
prepared.
why when your art, I won't say you cannot pray all when troubles come.
Yeah.
But that's why you have to always get yourself prepare
Prepared.
yourself in
Prepared.
God.
You
That
always
when the
have to.
troubles time come,
Yes.
you understand?
Yes.
Where maybe you can't fall on your knee.
Yes.
You understand?
You have
Those
to.
back to prayer, those time when you communicate with God or whatever,
Yeah.
those are the prayer
That's
gonna
right.
take you
But
through
you
some
will.
situation.
Okay.
happen.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you guys a question.
Yeah.
Right? What the Bible said when God come, we might come like a thief in the
Thief
night,
in the
right?
night,
yes.
Right. And we must
But
always
that-
be what?
that-
Wait.
that-
We must always be what? Ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not praying don't mean you don't ready.
I'm not saying that, but we must always be ready.
I get what he's saying.
You must always be ready.
We must. But
You
always
must
be ready.
ready.
because you know why he says that? Because he knows we're not gonna be ready.
All right.
So he's trying to say, get prepared to be ready.
Right. So y'all tell me that you guys be in a situation where you guys forgot to pray.
It's not to
No, no, no,
you're,
no, no.
you're taking it
No,
different.
no, no, no,
It's
no.
not
But
it's
it's
not
like you
it's
can't
not
utter the
forget
first
to
word.
pray. It's not cause you listen, I'm gonna tell you something. When you are in Christ, you understand? And no matter what the situation you're going through, no matter what the problem you're going through, Christ will be always on the inside.
Definitely.
No matter what you're going through.
Always.
It's always because that's what keep you. He's the one who keep you. So even though you might can't fall on your knee and pray at the time, you understand? The spirit of the Lord is still on the inside of you.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You see, any situation I'm going in,
Yeah.
the first thing I do, I pray before I go in it.
Well, that's the
that's
kind of
No, we're not
preparation.
saying going
Yeah,
in.
that's
We're
kind of
not
preparation.
saying going in the situation.
But even if you're in a situation,
Yeah.
even if you're on the chopping block,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I have to pray. Not
Yeah, you
like
pray.
not like, oh, I'm gonna sit down. I'm praying in my head. I'm not gonna say, well, because there's no situation where that's ever happened to me where I forget prayer. I might not say I'm gonna kneel down and pray in the middle of the street, but I always have like a psalm in my head, playing in my head. I always like saying something.
Yeah, something like that. I understand that. I understand exactly what you're saying. But I mean, whatever situation you're going to, you have to talk to the Lord about it.
I just really think that I understand what you're saying.
I understand what you're
but
saying.
I really
No.
think that there's
Because-
some situations where somebody just come up in your face and they get on your nerves like that,
Yeah.
and you know in their prayer. And you just want to just be like, man, you just want to be like, man, like, and
That was when I was out there in the world.
No, situation
In
can
the
happen.
church. It's
Situation
still in the
happen to you right now doing, and you angle it the right way,
It's
and,
still in
and
the
the-
church.
but it's not everything come to you at the booth like that. You angling prior. We are human, and the human side of
Understandable.
you gonna kick in. And if you angle a situation by say for instance, you and your wife having a problem,
Right.
okay, and you yell out at your wife, you're not praying in that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, right.
So he told me.
So when your wife give you a problem, what you do? Fall on your knee and start a prayer?
No, so, Mr. Baby, yo, we're good.
No.
You have to understand that the spirit of God is strive with man always, you know.
Yeah.
You have to understand that. That's the first thing you have to understand that. Because I remember when you say that you can't utter prayer. I remember a time in Jamaica when I'm going to church. I was more devoted at that time because I'm not working. I don't have a responsibility. I'm not. So everything.
no distraction.
I'm there. Bible study, I'm there. They keep me 7 in the morning, I'm there. You know what I mean? So I was deep. So I remember a time where my family we couldn't find food because I'm not working. My mother is not working. You know what I mean? And I'm always at church. I'm fasting. I was praying. And I remember it come a time where hungry. Hungry. No, like really. No. Fast because the church always on fasting on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know,
what I mean?
understand the church fast, but
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to show you that. I'm showing you.
He's devoted. He's devoted to the
it's like he's so devoted that even when him not have no food, him still on the fast.
No. I'm just trying to show you to prove a point.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I remember it come to a point where we just couldn't find no food, and there was nobody really because it was just me, my mother, and my sister, and my brother. And there's nobody to no. I'm not talking
fill
about.
in, yeah.
I'm not talking about home and watching TV fast. I'm talking about being at church and praying and reading Bible fast. And that's what I'm talking about. And we couldn't find food. And at a point where it just break me down, and I'm like.
Yeah.
It's like
What's going on?
What's going on?
But I mean,
I'm serving God and I'm devoted. I'm doing it. I'm going on the road.
But right there, you're praying, you know?
No.
But you just.
No. Listen. No. You understand me?
Yeah,
I'm not talking about when I'm going.
It's like a
There are
Job.
parts where I just sit back.
Like Job.
You know what I mean? And
It's
I
like
find
Job.
myself home
Like you
not
questioning
really going
God.
because I'm saying, you know what I mean? I'm doing all of this, and God knows my situation. I don't have to tell him because he knows everything.
Yeah.
And everything just not going right for me. And
Let me tell you one thing.
He just had me in a corner where I just couldn't pray anymore.
If you
I'm
haven't,
just wondering what's going on.
if you haven't really
but
gotten to
yeah,
that
God
Job
tells that
situation
is
where you
one
question
man
God,
No, but guess what? At a point, I pick myself up and I say, God,
you have to.
if you don't provide for me, you're still
But that's what God was
Yeah.
And
saying.
my
That's
whole
it.
duty is to praise you, but then I find myself at a point where I couldn't pray.
So during that
because
time
we're
frame-
doubting.
It's not really doubting.
Reality in the
reality.
cure.
It's not
Serious,
really
Deacon
doubting.
Siblings, let me ask you a question. Does your hallelujah mean more to God when everything is going fine? Or when you have nothing, or when you just sitting, you're broken and you're falling?
Yeah.
Does your hallelujah mean more to him then?
No.
When does it mean more to him when? When everything is fine, or when you're on the rocks and you're at your lowest place and you feel like, Lord, how I'm gonna make it? When does your hallelujah mean more to God?
It got more sincere when
you have a broken
when you
spirit
have
and a
broken
contrite heart.
spirit, when you're really broken.
But if you sitting here and you dancing like David because the glory done returned,
Yeah.
you need to go through something so that you could get shook in a little bit.
And that's why God have to. God,
need
that's why God have to take us through the valley sometime. You understand? And maybe my valley is not like yours, and maybe your valleys is not like mine.
It's
And
gonna
your valley
try
can
you.
Your valley can start in your home. You
It's gonna
understand?
try you.
You can have a beautiful home, everything going on right, and then something just comes. And sometimes it's simple stuff.
We just have one of our listeners. They commented, Deacon Siblings. Let me say this clear so everyone can hear. Deacon Siblings. Things do happen.
Push his mic
to you in
up.
life.
Push his mic up.
Deacon
Get the mic ready. Get the mic ready.
Things in life do happen that words fail to to serve. It don't serve no purpose.
Yeah.
It's like it hit you.
It's like you're talking to yourself.
I'm glad to say life not
That's
hit you
when-
so hard where
You at this time, you just like you and yourself.
Situation you're praying and it's like you're just talking to yourself, and that's when most of the time if you don't have that real determined spirit to push, you just back down and said it's like
You feel like catch yourself.
this ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
But you know what kicks in there?
Yeah.
That utterance, that groaning,
Exactly.
that Holy Spirit kicking right there.
Yeah.
And really, and that's why I'm saying it's in your times of your sorrow, like Hannah.
Yeah.
When she had that sorrow, when she's like, Peninnah is having all these children, I'm getting double portion from my husband, but I ain't getting what I want.
Yeah.
And she was just praying without a voice.
Yeah.
And Eli looked at her and says, "Woman, you drunk. You had enough to drink." And she said, I'm a sorrowful spirit, sorrowful heart. And that's when the Lord heard her prayer.
Yeah.
You got to get to that place
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah,
where you
yeah.
have a soft heart. Look at Peter. Peter, he had to deny the Lord 3 times
Yeah.
and fall
Yeah.
so that he could become a pastor.
Yeah. A
So that he
powerful
become
man
a
of God.
pastor.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah.
to fall, deny the Lord 3 times and fall.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been no pastor unless that happened.
And
Yeah.
guess what? He was the one that said that. God, I will not.
No, I will not.
That's
You
it.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, things happen when you reach in a position. Things do happen.
And you have to
Okay,
understand,
okay.
if you understand, even with Peter, Peter was always there with Jesus.
Christ,
What?
yes.
He was always there. Peter is the last person you'd expected out of all of those
No,
12
exactly.
disciples
Yeah.
who you think that would deny Christ.
Yeah.
You understand? But the situation hit him so fast.
The reality hit him that.
Reality hit
They
him
just-
so fast.
they just
Yeah,
let them
you
understand?
smile
right now, you know what I mean?
You understand?
You know?
Bomb
That he
goes
feel
on.
like
I mean-
his way out.
I mean,
It's
even,
to deny.
imagine
Okay.
this. Imagine
All right.
this. Imagine this.
Go ahead.
You know what I think?
Even with Peter knowing it was gonna happen, he still couldn't stop it.
No, he couldn't.
He said, "No, I'm not gonna deny you 3 times."
No, he can't
even
stop
with
it.
even with the Jesus telling him,
Yeah.
"You gonna deny me 3 times?"
Yeah.
He said, "No,
Because
I'm not gonna deny you 3 times."
within himself,
Yeah.
he never see himself deny Christ.
No.
With the physic, with him,
You see what I'm saying?
with him right there.
I think it's the same with
So this saying this to say that you have to always pumped up in Christ.
Yeah, you have to
You
be
have
prepared.
to, you have to
prepared.
always be on the
Yeah.
prior and always
Your
like
mind, yeah.
like your mindset
Pray
have to
without
always
ceasing.
focus
Yeah, you have
stay
to.
on Christ
Yeah.
because in a minute, in a tick, you understand something might come upon you where you might just fall off just like that. And only the Spirit of God can help you to pick up back to say what I'm doing.
But see, that's
Okay.
what it was.
What do you mean
Yeah.
fall off? What do you mean by fall off?
Because
Just
look,
like Peter, just like I wasn't
imagine
talking
this.
about Peter.
Let me
Deny
show you
Christ.
let me show you where Peter first fell off in the Garden of Gethsemane when he fell asleep and he didn't pray.
Yeah.
Right.
And Jesus was like,
Jesus
"You need
told him,
you."
he just told him to pray that Satan doesn't enter.
He said,
Yeah.
"Yeah, the devil is his desire to sift you
We'll
as
like
wheat."
Yeah.
And he said, "Get
Okay.
up and pray."
So my question now is, right?
Yeah.
Knowing what we know now,
Yeah.
right?
We still gonna mess up.
We still mess
Yeah,
up.
you
We still
always.
gonna mess up.
Because
We still gonna mess
Yeah,
up.
always. That's why
Jesus
David.
said that no
Because
one is
listen.
righteous.
You. That's why David said, you know. That's why David praying and said, even from an unknowing sin, and that means you evil still
Yeah.
when you're not even knowing.
Yeah.
Because we live into a world where the enemy is out there trying to devour God's people.
Man, let me tell you one thing. If
You understand?
the
Because
Holy
it-
Spirit
yeah.
and the angels didn't surround you right now, you know
Right.
how much demons around you right
Yeah.
now trying to get you to sin right now?
It's the Spirit of God. His
Right.
grace is keeping us. It's the Spirit of God is keeping us right now.
Yeah.
You understand? And every time something come upon us where we're gonna fall, that's why you have to keep praying fast.
Yeah.
Pray and fast. Pray and fast in the good time. Pray and fast in the good time.
What?
That's when the bad time come.
Yeah, so you pray
It
to
can
fast
pull
it up.
you through to
Yeah.
make you pray and fast in the
I want
bad
you
time.
fast and pray.
Huh?
I want you fast and pray.
You can do both. Anyway, you can do whatever.
No, seriously, that's a good point. That's a good point because
Yeah.
you said pray and then you say talk about it. But
Yeah.
I believe that everything is interchangeable. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like they say, you have many parts in the body. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So every part in the body functions together as one body.
Yeah.
So sometimes it doesn't matter what you go first, what steps you take.
Yeah.
As long as that one spirit in that one body is telling you this is the way you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as everything is going down that same path, just like you said, your path is ordered by the Lord.
Yeah.
You can't have a path ordered by the Lord and your feet going this way and your hands going this way.
Yeah.
You touching on something you
It's
not
have to
supposed
be
to be
aligned.
touching,
Yeah.
and your feet going this way.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what you do and when you do it, but you just have to do it according to the Spirit that leads you, the Lord's Spirit, of course, the Holy
Yeah,
Spirit.
it was
So we have some more listeners who are leaving some pretty decent comments. One, I won't name your name, so I'm not doing. So trials are character builders. That's one.
Definitely.
And then another is the heart is desperately wicked.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Jeremiah
Come on.
17.
God knows
Yes.
Come
Yeah.
on
So
now.
it's like We understand you go through certain situations.
What do you mean?
Yeah, all they can say, but it's just that guy that he brought you through where you're going through right now. So you don't have to reach a place where you have to
I've been to my mms. I'm just saying.
Yeah, sometimes you have to dig it up from deep within.
Yeah.
To bring it out to get rid of your pain. You understand?
Come on.
Yeah.
No, but I like when Apostle always says pray in tongues.
Yeah.
Because see, a lot of times, a lot of people don't go in their secret closet and pray, and the enemy he hearing all the prayers that going up and he going out.
Yeah.
But when you pray in tongues and you speaking directly to God through the tongues and the utterance that He gave you through His Spirit, the enemy don't know what you praying about, and he can't target you.
But here's the thing. That's why I'm in love though.
That's it.
When you are the person who can't, you don't know how to pray in tongues.
Yeah.
And it's like words just can't describe the situation.
Describe the situation.
Yeah.
And the kind of help that you need. That man,
no,
going on your knees and just
that shake mountains,
and
man.
then keep your focus. It's like on God. It's like I feel like you can understand.
Even
it.
that, because I remember a situation that same thing again. I just couldn't pray. All I could say is Jesus help.
Yeah.
And
that's enough.
Help.
That's enough.
That's it.
Yeah, that's enough.
I go through stuff already where I try to pray and I start the prayer and the word can't come out. It's like
so what do you do? What do you do when that happens?
For me, most of the time when I'm not gonna lie, it's like I just relax a little bit and just groan and just.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't do a lot.
Even shed a tear.
You understand? Sometimes you just have to ask, why me? You know,
Yeah, that's why I say-
you have to ask why me.
That's why I say sometimes you have to have that Job moment.
You understand?
Where you asking
Yeah.
and you questioning the Lord, like, Lord, am
Yeah.
I doing something wrong? Lord,
Yeah.
like, you sometimes you have to. And if you don't get to that, you're not gonna find out the revelation that He's trying to give you.
Yeah, because a lot of time you're going through some situation or maybe some problem and you fast about it, you pray about it, you fast about it, you pray about it. You fast about it, and for some reason it's like it not leaving.
It's just still there.
But
and you keep praying and.
But you know what I believe? When you fast and you pray about it, that's the reason why it's not leaving. Because remember when Daniel fasted? He fasted what 21 days, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And it said the moment you prayed, the answer was already sent out.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because of his fast and his prayer, and because he humbled himself, he was preparing himself to get the revelation right then and there. And
As you say about humbleness, I think humbleness is one of the best lifestyle a Christian should have.
Oh yeah, oh definitely.
I think when you're humble, and God always show up at the right time.
Definitely.
No matter what the answer might seem like.
Yeah.
You understand? God always God always show up at the right time. And sometimes God have to bring you through some stuff to see what you're really made of. If you're really for Him.
If
you have to.
Yeah. Evangelist Nelson said, when you can't pray, you can groan in the spirit. Remember, tears are a language God understands.
Yeah, but sometimes the tears not coming neither.
Yeah.
No, but just say you're groaning in the spirit.
Yeah, you're groaning in the spirit. Yeah.
Apostle Nelson throw some water at you.
Yeah. Listen. That's why the church is a body.
Yeah.
That's why the church is a body.
Definitely.
And that's why the Bible said we should unite and not divide it.
Definitely.
And as a body, I think as a body where the church is about, if I go in a situation where maybe I can go groan or maybe I even cannot pray, that's where the body.
Your brother can.
That's where the body gonna lift.
Definitely.
So that's why we should always hear for each other.
Yeah.
You understand?
What's it? Confess your faults.
We got this next listener. She just throw out a comment, but I'm gonna phrase in a question.
Yeah.
And I'd love to hear Forerunner views on it. All right. In the middle.
5, are we?
I just for 4 in the middle.
Okay.
But we can. We will definitely chip in.
All right.
So here's the question. Do you think that God will reveal things that we don't know about ourselves?
Yes.
Yes, most definitely.
Yes.
Explain.
Which one?
So it's like there's certain talent. I can even use talents wise. It's like there's certain things that you were unconsciously good at when you were out there, and it's like when you come into Christ, them ask like, what kind of talents you might be, or you're doubting yourself. It's like you've always been that tough person, but you have a very, very wonderful voice, singing voice, and you do that just because that's something that you used to do on the side, not because it's your main bread and butter and out in the world. Just something that you do might be in a
Sing in the shower, yeah.
And you come and decide to come turn your life to Christ, and they're asking you to you think you'd be interested in
doing a solo,
and then it's like or it's you love cooking. That's your passion, your hobby that you just love doing because it helps decompress. You don't really think too much into it, and them ask you like, yo, you want to go around the kitchen? Like, no, man, not really. Man, just vibe and enjoy service, but God is calling you and saying, yo, we want you to work. We don't want you just to sit here. So my question to you is like, do you think does it have to meet for God to be the one to reveal it, or do you think it just will naturally come on?
No, I think he can use like situation, or he can use a venue or a settings, to do that. As you're saying that, we have the food table here at Kingdom Building. You can say, hey, Deacon Connie, you want to prepare something, for one of these Sundays, and, you prepare a curry goat, and, from the day you prepare the curry goat, everybody enjoyed it.
Sound like say somebody.
So right
like
there, and then, you feel more confident in yourself. You say, yeah, I can, curry goat good, so, I can go, I can do it more. Right there and then,
Yeah, but that is just, I don't think that lined up with what he said, because that is just the curry goat.
Right.
Yeah, that's how he said. He said if you're used to love cook, and you come and you wanna do the cooking as a ministry, as part of the ministry.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I understand what you're saying.
I'm understand what you're saying.
Listen.
I'm understand what you're saying, but you can't just bring the curry goat. No, it's not everybody. It's one direct question. It's not everybody. It's a direct question.
He's talking spiritual wise.
Yeah.
Spiritual wise.
I'm not restricting it to.
What is the same thing?
Not restricted.
That's like God will use
the
you,
same
however, but it's like you come in a church with a skill.
Yeah, you see,
and it's like. Yes, God will make it elevate and expound in different areas.
Yeah.
So you say all you know if you do, I cook some curry chicken, right?
I'm not using curry chicken. I'm not
understand what you're saying.
Understand.
But it's like before you came to Christ, you love cooking.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like you used to throw functions and
cooking,
because that's your thing.
Yes.
It's not because this is your only skill.
Yes.
This is not your main job. It's just something that you love doing. Now you come into church and you sit down in our buck, and it's like I feel like God will call you based off your talents and what you find you actually love doing, or it's something that you like doing. Yeah. We'll start off with your hobbies, and then you work deeper where you want to gain a deeper understanding of Christ. Other ways, but it's like you always find something you can start off with. Now, let's say Pastor said do a potluck. And then you say, you know what? I feel comfortable making curry. What was it? Goat?
Yeah.
Scrambled eggs.
Yeah, because I'm good with it. Yeah.
So you believe him can cook very good, right?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
You
realize?
Yeah.
All right. So, and believe him can cook very good.
Yeah.
And next month decide and believe him can make curry mince. But guess what? You know yourself. And then it's like next to you, right next to him, and really make some pork. And I'll make some really good goat soup. And then the next month, right next to him, just tell him wife, mother,
of course.
So it's like, yes, he might not be able to cook. This one can really cook. This man can try a thing, and this man believe him can make curry good, and then this man can eat. This one. So God will call you for your what you know.
So it's God will call him to eat.
I taste test. I'm the taste tester.
Yeah. The taste and go through the trials with you, brother. Make sure that you cook the curry mince right, brother. But that's what I'm trying to say. It's like God will definitely use you in what you can. It's like, so yes, So
yeah, I
if
was
you
just
use
using
a
the curriculum,
cooking,
yeah, for just
it
cooking.
might bring you to the around the table
Yeah.
and say, yo,
Yeah.
help out and do
Yeah.
a thing.
Just
Or
like if
good.
you love teaching, right? Say you love
Exactly.
teaching and up there, and you come to Christ. You know what I mean?
It's the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
the same thing.
Exactly.
Sunday school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. That's why I said I knew what he was saying.
Yeah.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
we
the
gotta
same
say it
thing.
teach. It's-
Yeah, I'm understand what he's saying, but
Yeah.
He might be home teaching
Yeah.
teaching
That's all right,
his
man.
kids, at home,
Yeah.
and,
That's a good
and
question.
then he don't think it's really nothing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
then,
but-
Apostle say, once you teach the kids
Yeah,
one day,
but
the
the
teacher's missing.
question,
And he do
the
good.
question was like if God can actually bring out something that
You didn't know.
that you don't
Yeah,
really,
and
really,
that's-
you understand that you
Yeah.
don't.
But-
Yes, God.
No.
Yeah.
But you have some people out there that really can cook,
Yeah.
and they to themselves they don't.
They don't
That's
you
it.
know what I mean? They don't.
Like this
yeah.
youth right here. And feel like saying can't cook, but him do it himself.
But when they're
But-
exposed to like a venue and they prepare certain things and people are wow about it and say like, yeah, dude,
I'm a
you
car
really
person,
can't
man.
cook.
I'm a car person.
But this is what it is though. The smallest
Car guy.
thing, it's the biggest thing in the kingdom of God. So
Yeah.
for instance, if I don't think that I could get up and speak, you get what I'm saying? But then I'm speaking to my kids. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm
You
like,
start
I ain't
to
gonna speak to
someone.
nobody else except my kids. But then the speaker's not here one day, and the pastor says, "You gonna speak?" And I go up. Now I look at the audience or the congregation like I'm speaking to my kids. And I didn't know I could speak to a congregation,
But
but
you
I know
know
I could speak to my kids.
They treat the congregation like a kid.
And I get up there, and that's what I'm thinking about. And I didn't know I could do it, but God just brought that out because that's what He needs.
Yeah, because
at
that's
that time
what
in
that's
that
what
season.
that's what he done with Moses when he
Yeah.
sending Moses to Pharaoh. You
Yeah.
understand? Moses was doubting himself.
Yeah, He says
You
I'm not an
understand?
elegant speaker.
Yeah, I'm not
And
a-
God
you-
says I made the
You
ears.
understand?
I'm gonna make
and,
it hit.
and up till these
Moses
days,
is
I maybe myself included, too. A lot of time we make excuses when God wanna take us higher.
But guess what?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Man said there is a
Yeah.
That's what I'm
God
saying.
and
Yeah.
unseen God.
Amen.
So
Yeah.
can you find an excuse when he
So,
says he knows everything?
Like for instance, my brother right here.
Yes.
Might not be the greatest cook,
Yeah.
but one is very skilled with his hands.
Give me a car.
And it's like you give him a car and can just listen and kind of depict what it is, diagnose it,
But brother
and then
Matt,
fix it.
I'm the taste tester.
And then-
What if I like
and
the
then-
man scrambled eggs?
But that's what I said. He's not the greatest cook, but he can do something to help himself.
Yeah.
Now for Mr. Amon's here,
Yeah.
man, never. Well, him can try a thing, right?
I think he
But-
do some. He do chicken when he do some.
let's just say him can try a thing, and then it's like, even though he can try a thing in the kitchen, but he's a wonderful speaker.
We gonna have a cook off.
And then
We gonna have a cook
he
You
can
off.
lose
try.
already.
Who?
You lose already.
No, no, no,
we gonna have a cook-off.
I did not
No more cook offs.
I cannot lose when my food sell out before.
Sell out.
No, it was taken before.
Who you sold the food to?
So it's
Who you
like.
told to buy the food?
So anywho, but that's it. But he's a wonderful speaker, and it's like, yeah, he might not. He might say, "Oh, I never do this before," but because he's a wonderful speaker, God allowed him to speak in a way that is more comfortable for him, that bring forth a message where others can understand
Understand
it.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's his blessing.
Yeah.
Now it's like our brother right here. You rarely hear him speak, but when you hear him speak, you're like, all right. He's a wonderful speaker himself. It's like him speaking his in how he finds his own facet where it does reach out to people. It might not reach out to everybody, but those who can understand what he's saying, they're getting their blessing.
And you know what, brother Matt? If it doesn't reach 99 and it reaches that one lost one, that's all that matters.
One
That's
thing,
all that
one
matters.
thing I can say for me, there's one thing I realize in life: you have to be yourself.
That's it. Yeah.
You understand? I might like what you're doing, or I might like what people around me do, but I always try to be myself.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I still open myself to learn more.
Yeah, you have to.
You understand? But like me, like said one of my goals in life, if you ain't going nowhere, I don't want you around me. I will encourage you, I will talk to you, but I don't want you in my surrounding. That's just me. You understand?
That's tough.
If you want to bring me down with you, I'm not going that way. I will there for you. I will encourage you, but I'm not going down with you. You understand? That is one of my things that I said in life. I grew up as a very, 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 very poor guy.
Yeah.
Didn't have nothing, didn't have whatever. But I never find myself in a company that going the wrong way.
So
You
what do you
understand?
do? What do you just sever the tie right then and there? You
Huh?
cut it off right then and there?
No, I don't cut it. If you listen what I said,
Yeah.
I don't cut you off.
Yeah.
You understand? But if, say for instance, you decide you're gonna steal this mic and you tell me you're gonna steal this mic, I try not to be around you when you're stealing this mic. Because when you're going down, you're going down by yourself.
But what if you being around that person could prevent them from stealing that mic?
I don't have to go to the mic to prevent you from
That's why he-
stealing.
That's why he says he will continue to encourage them.
You understand? If
But how we gonna
if-
encourage them if he's not around them?
you listen what I said. If you said you're gonna steal this mic, and I keep telling you, hey, you can't do that, and you decide that you're gonna still go and do it.
Yeah, but what he's saying is, what can you
Yeah.
prevent him?
If I can't prevent you from go to the mic, why should I go to the mic with you?
No, as he's saying,
If you tell me you're gonna go tell the mic, I'm telling you, hey, it is wrong to go to steal the mic.
Well,
And
because-
you still decide, you said, you still decide
If you steal the mic,
you wanna go and steal the mic. And me follow you. Alright, let's got this straight. Send me you over my house. Okay?
I completely understand what you're saying.
And you said, I feel like I wanna go and steal that guy over there car tonight. They say car. And I said, no, you can't go and steal that car. No, it is wrong to go and steal that car. You understand?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Let we figure out a way how we can get you a car. All right? And you decide that you want to go steal the car.
Uh-huh.
And when you go in, you say, come with me, man. You understand? And me come with you, and then the cops catch both of us in the car. I should go down with you.
No, but look.
Yeah.
Look. I mean, this
Yeah.
is, see, because, I mean, this is how some people see certain things. Like, for instance, Jesus never sinned,
Yeah.
but he knew I was going to sin.
Yeah.
So he said, before you sin, or before you die for your sin,
Yeah.
I'm going to step in front of that bullet for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to be blamed for the sin that you're going to do, even though I never sinned.
Yeah,
so
but-
that would be the same thing as you going with the person, and even if the police came, the law come, you take the punishment for the person, even though you ain't steal the car, just so that person
No.
could get away.
I'm not gonna listen. I understand what you're saying, but that go for you.
That's Jesus.
No.
That's Jesus.
You what I
Not
think.
just me.
No, you what I think. Jesus, Lazarus was dying,
Yeah.
and
Dead.
the news
Lazarus-
come to Jesus.
Lazarus died.
That no,
Died.
no,
He's
he,
died.
he was sick
Yeah.
Yeah.
unto death.
Yeah.
He never died.
Yeah, he did.
No,
before.
listen what I'm saying. Lazarus was dying,
Yeah.
and the news come to Jesus
Yeah.
that Lazarus
He's
was
sick.
dying. He's
Yeah.
dying.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Jesus never go.
You're going him dead and buried.
Him go when him
Day
die.
after.
Yeah,
After.
But think about this. If Lazarus believed unto resurrection,
Yeah.
did he ever die?
Yo, yeah.
He died.
Yeah, you
If he
some
believed
parables,
unto
yeah.
resurrection, if he believed,
Here's
Yeah.
the thing.
did he ever die? You can't die if you believe. If you're a believer, you cannot die.
I know that. But I don't.
So what we talking about? So what we talking about here?
At that moment,
You can't die
Yo,
spiritually.
love when I
No.
feel,
That's all that matters.
That's
That's all that matters.
But the man dead.
The
And,
man-
amen. And God bring him back to life. All right, we're done with that. Now we have another guest, listener on the podcast. She said something like this: Curry goat experience, open your passion. You did not know you had.
Mhm.
So
That's true.
when you make curry, let names shall not be mentioned, right? You have to put some passion into your cooking. Isn't it? You can't just say, you know what?
We can't cook Korea. I can't.
hold on.
The stuff-
I have to step in right here because I hear you guys. No, I hear you guys.
Chef.
You guys here like to talk about curry.
Chef,
So,
Curry is not a normal thing to cooking.
Not of
Preach
anybody.
it, Chief.
Not of anybody.
You understand? A lot of you talking about curry and no cook curry and curry this and curry whatever. Curry is not some things that
Break
you
it
just
down, Chief.
put on meat and just cook like that, because curry can give you
Belly.
upset stomach.
No, like,
Yeah.
make your belly active.
And it may curry is something that you can throw over meat when you start to cook it.
No, make it burn in the oil.
You understand?
Burn it
If you don't burn it in the oil, you have to season up the meat with the curry. Put a little. The best way to season it up. Put a little oil over it. Rub it in real good. Put it in the pot and make it burn a little bit. Even on the meat a little bit.
You taking notes, brother Matt?
You understand?
You look like he concentrating.
You can cook food with curry, and when you eating the meat, the curry is still raw.
And put piece of ginger for it.
So Deacon Peter, which one of them cooking curry the wrong way?
I can't. I'm not coming.
Alright? But here's the thing, right? This was a wonderful topic, and I'm glad for all those who come up and give their thoughts. We had a lot of guests there. We'll name some of them. I can't name all of them. It's, Carol McCurry, KBI Ministries. What else? David Williams, Veron Lacey, Mavis Nelson, Faye Nelson, Stephanie Perrin. Who else?
Everyone, just everyone else.
Everyone else, I just want to give you thanks for tuning in and actually commenting. If you want, I would love it if you want to share it to our friends and just bless them, because I know you know that one person who kind of tough-headed in your friend group, and you just want to just bless them with this podcast. And again, we do this every Tuesday. I'm sorry that we didn't have Minister Hayden here with us to help expound, but I'm just glad for those who were able to make it, and it did get a little piece of their mindsets and seeing how far them come in the cooking realm, in the speaking realm, in the everything else. But
In the hosting realm.
I thank you all for listening. Again, we do this every Tuesdays. We will begin. These shirts that you see, it's coming. That's all you need to know. It is coming. Thank you again for listening, and I thank you again for taking your time out to share, subscribe, and so forth. Take care.
Can I end on something? Let brotherly love continue.
Oh, and before that, you have any final words?
Well, I can say that when the pressure of your home catch you, special as a married couple, or even if you don't marry a family, I just think that just find the right thing to say and discuss it with your spouse and work it out together. 'Cause that's what Christ will do. God bless you.
And you?
My final thought is, let prayer be the head of our lives.
And fitly frame.
My final thought is that I came and I learned a lot.
Mm.
You know, as a man, as the leader of my household, knowing that everything comes from Christ. So when I find myself in a situation that it's above me, there's someone bigger than that situation, that's Christ. So.
And we have here
Yes.
the illustrious
Yes.
Carnell.
Yeah, I was saying,
Anderson.
it's a good step. It's all about Christ, you know what I mean? And as a man, the priority of life is gonna be there. It's gonna be there no matter what. But you must prioritize what the importance. What is important. Because no matter how good you are, no matter how motivated you are, you know what I mean. Things of life will come to you. Things of life will get you down. But it just takes things a step at a time and let God direct you. Yeah.
Well, this is just a conversation, and I thank you all for listening. Have a wonderful night.
Peace.
Talk about
Peace
it.
out. God bless you.